In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. Well, we're going to get to Acts here in just a minute and see how Paul responds as he was arrested. But before I do, I want to tell you, last night I got a lesson in faith. My wife Cheryl, she gave me a lesson in faith. It's about Christmas time. So we went to a church service last night to sing some Christmas carols. And as we were in the service, my wife's wrist was hurting her really badly. She's been recovering for 3 or 4 weeks from a fall, and so it's still painful. Well, I prayed for her in the service, but then as we came to the end of the service, a young man that was sitting in front of us raised his hand to receive the Lord, and so he got our attention. And as he was leaving, Cheryl noticed that he was walking funny. He was obviously in pain. So she ran after him. And when they got outside the church, she said, "Can I pray for you?" And he did. It was his hip. And so she prayed for his hip. Now here's what I want you to see. As she prayed for his hip, her wrist that was hurting for hours quit hurting. See, as you move in faith, the Lord touches everybody. The blessing is for everybody. And so when the Lord's in the middle of something, everybody gets blessed by the hand of God, the love of God. She got healed. Her pain left as she prayed for pain to leave for the other guy. So whether you see it or not, believe the Word of God. See, that's what faith is. And as you believe the Word of God and demonstrate that faith, then the reality of the kingdom manifests in you. Oh God, your kingdom come, your will be done here on earth, just as it is in heaven, and that happens through us as we move in real faith. Well, today we're starting chapter 22 in Acts, and Paul is defending himself, and he does that by telling his testimony. I'm going to read the first 9 verses. Here's what they say. "Brethren and fathers, hear my defense, which I now offer to you." When they heard that he was addressing them in a Hebrew dialect, they started paying attention. They became even more quiet, and he said, "I am a Jew, born in Tarsus of Cilicia, but brought up in this city, educated under Gamaliel, strictly according to the law of our fathers. I was brought up a Jew of Jews. I was brought up a Hebrew of Hebrews." He said to another church someplace that he was the Pharisee of Pharisees. "I was zealous for God just as you are today. I persecuted this way." The way is the Christians. They were called the way before Christians. "I persecuted this way to the death, binding and putting both men and women in prison, as also the high priests and all the council of the elders can testify. In fact, from them I also received letters to the brethren, and I started off for Damascus in order to bring even those who were there, bring them to Jerusalem as prisoners to be punished. But it happened that I was on my way approaching Damascus when a light suddenly flashed from the heavens all around me. And I fell to the ground. I heard a voice saying to me, 'Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?' And I answered, 'Who are you, Lord?' See, he knew it was the Lord. And he said to me, 'I am Jesus the Nazarene whom you are persecuting.' Well, those who were with me saw the light, but to be sure, they did not understand the voice of the one who was speaking to me." Because he was speaking to me, Paul said. Well, has God spoken to you in a way that you can hear his voice? If he has, what you heard was, "Oh my goodness, do I ever love you?" God bless you, the one who is loved by the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the God of all gods, Mr. Big. Yeah, he loves you. Thank you for being born for us, Jesus, this Christmas season. God loved us so much that he sent Jesus to be born for us. I'll get with you tomorrow, and we'll see how Paul continues to defend himself before Jewish people who sought to kill him earlier. I'll see you tomorrow.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.